Hi friends, welcome to Science Jagat. So today's topic is Guidelines for Research in Transgenic Plants 1998. We have already discussed rDNA Guidelines 1990 in the previous video. So this is a sequel for that. Let's start with the guidelines. Okay, so first let's see what are all the guidelines which has been given by DBT. DBT, which is a nodal department for promoting biotechnology program and biosafety. So India's Department of Biotechnology established rDNA guidelines in 1990 to regulate genetic research, and you can already find a video in our channel for 1990 guidelines. Second one is revised in 1994 to include transgenic crops, GMOs and environmental release. Then this video is about the guidelines which are given or revised in 1998 for transgenic plants, and it focuses on GMO safety and environmental concerns. So let's start with the guidelines for research in transgenic plants in 1998. So DBT brought out separate guidelines for carrying out research in transgenic plants called the Revised Guidelines for Research in Transgenic Plants. These also include the guidelines for toxicity and allergenicity of transgenic seeds, plants and plant parts. So these guidelines cover area of recombinant DNA research on plants, including the development of transgenic plants and their growth in soil for molecular and field evaluation. So the guidelines also deal with import and shipment of genetically modified plants of research purposes. Now, genetic engineering experiments on plants have been grouped under certain categories. So, category 1 includes protein cloning of defined genes. This defined non-coding stretch of DNA and open reading frame in defined gene in E. coli or other bacterial fungal host, which are generally considered as safe to human, animals and plants. Then comes category 2nd. This includes experiments which are carried out in lab and greenhouse, net house using defined DNA fragments, which is having a non-pathogenic effect on humans and animals, and they are used for genetic transformation of plants, both model species and cross species. For an example, Agrobacterium. Then comes the category 3rd, which includes experiments having higher risk where the escape of transgenic traits into the open environment could cause significant alteration in the biosphere, the ecosystem, plant and animals by dispersing new genetic traits by horizontal or vertical transfer, and the effect of which cannot be judged precisely. This also includes experiment having high risk mentioned above conducted in greenhouse and open field conditions. So category 1 includes biosafety level 1, category 2 includes biosafety level 2, 3 and 4, and category level 3 contains biosafety level 4, which is a pathogenic and high risk level, or it could flow the gene transfer to the environment. Now let's know why these guidelines are important and why these guidelines are amended, right, from 1990 to 1994 and then to 1998. So these guidelines are made to prevent uncontrolled release of GMOs, to ensure public health and environmental safety, and support scientific innovation with biosafety norms. So in short, in 1998, the guidelines focuses on GM crop safety, allergenicity and toxicity. It regulates import, export and field trials of GMO. So if you find this video informative, please like, share and subscribe and press the bell button for new videos, and you can give us suggestions in the comment box. If you want us to make any video on something new, like or some on the guidelines of 2017, we can make that also. So thank you so much. Meet you in the next video. Bye bye.